Hello everybody, my name is Salty and welcome to my review of the Palpatine's Arrest LEGO Star Wars set. This set had the set number of 9526 and was released in 2012. Now this set does include 645 pieces and was released for £60 in the UK and $90 in the US. On the box, this set did range from ages 9 to 14, and all 6 of the minifigures included in this set are exclusive. Speaking of which, let's get into a review of those now. The first minifigure up is Mace Windu. As you can see, this is a very nice Mace Windu minifigure, especially at the time, as leg printing is not on the majority of these figures and wasn't very common in 2012. However, the new Mace Windu does have leg printing, so I guess that just goes to show how times change. Now, Mace Windu does of course have his classic purple lightsaber, as he is the only well-known Force user that does use one, and he has a very nice torso print too. As you can see, he does have a cape, and turning him around you'll see that he does lack a double-sided face, and turning his cape around too, instead of lifting it up, he does, as you can see, lack back printing, and this is due to it being invisible if it was there. So yeah, let's take him off, turn his cape back around, and move in to the next minifigure. Next up here we do have Chancellor Palpatine. Now this Chancellor Palpatine does come with a couple of accessories, such as his red lightsaber with a golden hilt, and 2 of these very nice lightning pieces to show Palpatine's Force lightning. There's one attached to him, and here is the second. You know, for when Palpatine's laying on the floor and Force lightning is going on to Mace Windu. Now, as you can see, he does a very nice torso print and no leg print. Now, leg print isn't really necessary for this figure, so it wasn't used. Now, he does have this very nice face piece, and which is showing like a grin when he does use his lightsaber, and he also, of course, does have this very nice hair. Turning around, he does have back printing due to not having a cape, and if I can take his hair off, you can see he does have the more Emperor Palpatine kind of look to him, as opposed to the grimace he had before. So this is when his skin's melting away because of all the lightning. So turning him around, you can get a better look at what that looks like right there. But yeah. Next minifigure, as you can see here, is Anakin Skywalker. Now this is a very nice minifigure with very nice printing all around. He does have leg printing to differentiate his boots and his legs, and also he does have some very nice torso printing to show his Jedi robes. Now he does have a since this is based on episode 3, he doesn't have the face that you would have seen around the time for the Clone Wars version of Anakin. However, turning him around and rotating his cape while taking his hair around, you can see Anakin's darker side, as this is the face he has as he cuts Mace Windu's hand off, and then is dubbed Darth Vader. So yeah, turning his cape back around, we can then move this around, and you can see how he looks head on with his evil face. Not quite a Sith yet, because he doesn't have the yellow eyes like he does in some other sets, but he is nonetheless evil at this point. The next minifigure up here is Saesee Tiin. Now this is one of the Jedi Masters that gets immediately killed by Palpatine in episode 3. And as you can see, he does have no leg printing, but a very similar torso printing to Anakin, except instead of it being black, it is brown. Now he does have this very nice headpiece, which is specially moulded for this character, and turning him around you can see that he does have no double-sided face. If I just take that off, he does however have a very nice detail on this headpiece, and turning his cape around you can see that he does actually have some printing on the back of him. Can't get this, there we go, that's all that you can see. next Jedi up is Agen Kolar, and as you can see he does have a blue lightsaber, and he does have some torso printing and no leg printing. If I can get this minifigure to stay on the minifigure stand, oh my god, let's take his lightsaber, it's gone now. But yeah, he does as well have this special headpiece which I can take off like so, which is very nice. Has his 3 little bits of hair and then this little head bit. So as you can see he does have this face printing, this torso printing. Turning him around you can see the back of his cape and the lack of second face, and then you can see the additional torso printing on the back of the torso. Yeah, this cape does get a bit messed up with the headpiece as it does press down on the middle of that, which is why it may look a bit weird. There we go. That's Agen Kolar. And here we have the last but not least minifigure in this set, as this is Kit Fisto. If I take off his head, which is a one piece here, which is this rubbery material, so it doesn't break, you can see here he does have some very nice torso printing and a cape, like every other minifigure besides Palpatine in this set. He does have no leg printing, and he does also have the green hands to match his head. Now if I just take his cape off, because that'll be the easiest way to show you, turning him around, you can see he does have no MAC printing. Now that is because even if he doesn't have a cape on, his head pretty much covers that bit anyway. Now as you can see there's a bit of a lack of the paint, and I think that's just because of, sorry about that, my camera ran out of battery then. So as you can see, this minifigure does have some printing that is coming off. Now it's due to it being the rubbery material and also the fact that the minifigure is 8 years old, as this is being filmed in 2020 and the set did come out in 2012. So yeah, that's it for the Kit Fisto minifigure. Moving on to some of the actual set. Before moving on to the actual set itself, I would like to show the other build in this set, which is this Jedi speeder build that is included. Now there is enough room in the set for one minifigure in this cockpit area, which is where Anakin goes in. So if you just take his head off so you can remove the cape, and of course if you just have his happy face for now, Anakin can sit in here and drive it from the Jedi Temple over to Palpatine's office. Now this set does have some stickers on the front, as you can see right here on these 2 large disc pieces, and on the back there is also some very nice detail that is built up. On the bottom here there is 2 flick-fire missiles, which you can shoot by just pressing on the back of them here. So just press on them and they'll shoot out. Now obviously the harder you press, the further they'll shoot out. I just really don't want to have to go and collect them from the other side of the room that I'm in. So yeah, this is part of the set, and it does fit into another part of the set, which I will show you next. Just to show you this set in a little bit more detail, I have separated this set out into the pieces which are more modular. Now here you can see these are the doors to Palpatine's office. Now here is the external view of it, and here is the internal view. So this is what Palpatine will be seeing, and this is what any of Palpatine's guests see before they enter. Now here are 2 handles which you can pull on to make the doors slide open very, very smoothly. Now they're also a bit less smooth because I'm also holding up the set. But yeah, so these are very nicely detailed and very nicely made. Putting this down, you can see we do have this landing pad, which has got quite a lot of detail in for how thin it is, and it does have these stairs so that it does finish on the same level as the rest of the office. Now here we have the shuttle that I showed you before, and this piece can slot right in here to land very nicely so that Anakin can get out and jump the way along. Now these do have these little connectory pieces which means that you can connect the landing pad to the door so you can see Anakin on his way up from his shuttle. Alternatively, you can separate these and put them on different sides of Palpatine's office, which we'll be showing you right now. And here we have Palpatine's office. Now, as I showed you previously, there are the other sections of this set which can connect. And here there are the holes which you can connect the set, those other pieces to. And there's also one more on this side, and another one, if I can get the set around, on this side. Now, if you want to make this as movie accurate as possible, then you'll have your door connected to the front of here, and your landing pad will be way off in the distance. However, it will probably either connect to here if you were to do that. However, I like to connect the landing pad to the side. Either of these sides here is good. I just think it works quite well there. I do like to have the entrance right here so you can reenact the whole Jedi coming into Palpatine's office. Now, to make this set easier to show you, I will, of course, take these subsections off of the set so you can see it a lot better. Now, here in front of you, you do have the office. Here is the main platform where you can put your 4 Jedi. So let's move that lightsaber out the way a bit and just put them all right here. There you go, so as you can see, that's what they look like when they enter. Now, the main purpose of this set is, of course, to have Palpatine be sat right here and to welcome them in. Now, if you want to use this set for something other than arresting Palpatine, you can have members of the Jedi Council, such as Mace Windu, be sat down and have a lovely conversation with our good friend Sheev Palpatine, and they can be discussing about the Grand Republic War. Now, taking Mace Windu and apparently half the chair out of this, and while repairing Mace Windu and attaching the cape behind the camera, you can see that there is some play features that stick out from the side. Now, here and here, there are these 2 panels which can flick up. Now, this is so that you can get to your Palpatine and have him do his lovely spinning attack, which looks something like this. And that was the worst possible way the Palpatine could have gone. Now, alternatively, you can hear coughing in the background, which is just somebody dying, so don't worry about that. So if I just place Palpatine so he's not on any studs, he just falls off the side of the cabinet. And is then nowhere to be found. However, Palpatine sat here is then threatened by the Jedi, so he equips his lightsaber. However, it is hidden. Where, you ask? Right here. He can equip his lightsaber, and then he can get up and fight the very horrible Jedi, which have left him scarred and deformed. Now this can go back down to be hidden, or it can become up, and you can have it shoot out his lightsaber. If you want to use it as a play feature, you can. Now on this side there is the other one, but it is full of his lightning, so that when Palpatine wants to zap Mace Windu, it is nearby. Removing Palpatine from the scene altogether, you can see if I turn this around, there is another play feature right here, and I'll get to that in a moment. So as you can see, there's glass back here. Pulling this out will lead to that to fall. Now that is so that Mace Windu can be flying out in that direction, which I can't quite get him to. So if I just stand there, then we can get our Palpatine, turn his face around, and then get his lightning out. Just one of them will do, so that he can zap our lovely friend Mace. And putting Mace on this platform, whilst it's released, we'll have Mace fall out the window. That was a lot of effort to show off a play feature. But yeah, that is, if I just get that right, there we go. That is Palpatine's arrest. Overall, I think this is a really good set. The Palpatine's arrest is, well, it lives up to Palpatine's arrest in the film. It is one of the best film, actual parts of Star Wars. Now, it's not my favourite part of Episode 3, and nor is it my favourite Lego set, but it is definitely up there. Now, as you can see, I've got this little scene played out where all three of the Jedi Masters here are dead, and Anakin is about to cut off Mace's hand, while Palpatine electrifies him. It's a bit of dramatic recreation because Palpatine is standing up instead of being on his bottom on the floor. But as you can see, Anakin got out of this and then onto Palpatine's thing, where then Mace can be flung out of the window very dramatically, and then Anakin can become Darth Vader. So yeah, that's it for this set. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.